Get ready to join us as we explore the history of our past in another riveting episode of our video series, Canal Days with Robert Colon. Founder of Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert guides you through the historic treasures of the Connecticut River Valley. From canals, cemeteries, churches, and beyond, experience the landmarks and their stories that are the foundations of Massachusetts' rich history. Visit holyokecanaltour.org for more details, book private tours, and watch the entire Canal Days video and podcast series. So get comfy and join your personal tour right from your screen in today's episode of Holyoke's first Presbyterian church.
And we'll go see some of the elements and features up close. Look at this. That slate roof was put on with curved pieces of slate, and imagine how much work that would have taken to do. That's incredible. So the architectural values are very high in this church, and that element is one of the greatest of all. You can see it has buttresses along the side, and it uses different colors of dark stone, some brown stone around the windows and some of the sills, but it uses also very light stone, which is a granite base. Okay, so this is the side that's close to the Masonic Temple, which is right here. There's an alleyway in back. Chestnut Street is here, and Cabot Street's along its other side. This is the secondary entrance. And in the Romanesque feature of that door, they use alternating light granite and dark brownstones. And the windows all have a Romanesque look. This is not a Henry Hobson Richardson design because he was already dead, but his associates probably came up with the design and used it over and over again to great effect here. And in a bigger window over here, the central window, they use the same alternating design, but in the lower windows they didn't do that. They left it with the brownstone. So there's one slender window on the bottom, but there's wider windows in the centerpiece with stained glass inside of them. And then that circular window up there, it's quite nice with our counterpose, and then they counterpose or juxtapose the brown and light up on the very top in a horizontal band. Alright, so we're going to go towards the true main entrance here. And you can see they have a circular piece where it's main entrance, and that also has slate. The whole building has slate on it, and it has totally rounded out windows in there with dark brownstone top and bottom, and then 4 circular panes within the major pane. Okay, and this is the major entrance. When it was built in 1883 to 6, a lot of Scottish workers worked on it, of course, because Presbyterian religion is a Scottish religion. Nowadays, it's a Centro de Restauración, Restoration Center, a Presbyterian church. Okay, the third side is along Cabot Street. Across the street is the Lawrence School from the 1920s. Also, the library here with its park. And then used to be Perpetual Help Church across the way, now long gone due to a fire. Alright, you can see a cornerstone over here says 1887. And this circular element is quite gorgeous. Okay, so the main nave of the church is considered to be along Cabot Street, so we faced into its front entrance off of Chestnut. And you can see the stained glass windows are surrounded with brownstone elements. So quite a beautiful entrance. It has a short spire to it. And it's surrounded by a wrought iron fence on top of a brownstone wall. and it looks like it has a basement entrance over here, and it has buttresses, small buttresses around the sides. Okay, so the fourth side is down an alleyway. You can see that it have an auxiliary addition off the back left side. And then in the alleyway itself, they use bricks to finish it off. And both additions on the side are also bricks. And then up top, they use more slate, even on the flat surfaces. So quite a gorgeous look to it. And could you have imagined when the Perpetual Church was right here? You had the Sacred Heart Church, Perpetual Church, the First Presbyterian Church, a beautiful Lawrence School, and in distant Sons of Zion. This was definitely a church alley. So most people consider this one of the best designed churches in Holyoke. Very beautiful, fairly small. Inside is a very plain look to it. I would guess the Presbyterians prefer it that way.